Hey guys, Will here for your Pro Tip Tuesday. So, today's a really important day because this is the start of a 4-part series on how to get abs for summer. Now, if you guys haven't kept track, we have just under 12 weeks before June hits, which is the peak of summertime. So if you guys are looking to get some extra shredded up, some lean body mass, and just look amazing come this summertime, and you want to be shirtless, maybe in a bikini, I don't know, some dudes like bikinis too, I guess, and just see those abs showing through and looking fantastic. Now's the time to start because 12 weeks is just enough time to see some dramatic, amazing changes. So stay tuned, guys. We got 4 parts coming up. Your lifting and how you lift weights to see summer abs. Next week, we're gonna cover your cardio and how to do cardio correctly, as well as what kind of cardio is gonna be best to see your abs for summer. Next, we're gonna go over nutrition, like how are you gonna eat, what should you be eating, and your timing of it. And then the last week, the 4th week, we're gonna go over the actual abs and what kind of exercises you should be doing to see the best results to get those summer abs. So make sure you guys are subscribed to my YouTube channel. Turn on the notifications so that way you guys will stay up to date with each episode each week. And if you guys wanna know how to get those abs just in time for summer, like, subscribe, and pass it on. So let's get right into it. First of all, you know what the old saying is? Abs are made in the kitchen. No, that's not true. Come on. I've never walked into the fridge and suddenly I had abs. That doesn't work that way, all right? Get out of that mindset. Abs are seen from your nutrition, yes, but abs are made just like any other muscle. You have to work them out. I know. I wish I could just sit on the couch and just have Doritos and suddenly I'm gonna have a 6-pack. But the only 6-pack you have with Doritos is some IPAs, and that's not gonna help out. That means that in order to work out a muscle, you have to lift weights. Why? There's a couple of factors involved. First of all, whenever you guys do heavy loads for some squats, or if you have some heavy deadlifts, that's all that core work right there and killing those abs. It's actually working them more than you guys realize. Make sure you guys are lifting to see those abs. That's 1, all right? Loading up the core with a lot of heavy weight. 2, the second thing is that you also want to burn fat. Now, I know everybody talks about, let's just burn calories. That's great, but we don't wanna burn calories. Specifically, we wanna burn through fat. We're not here to lose weight, we're here to lose fat. If you wanna see abs, the only way to see your abs is to burn through the fat and that layer that's just covering those abs. So we gotta burn through fat specifically, not just weight, because we don't wanna lose muscle mass, we wanna gain muscle mass. Get out of your head, women, about lifting heavy and getting too bulky, because the fact is that getting too bulky has been a struggle of mine for the past 10 years. Finally, you're gonna be building muscle, and muscle increases your basal metabolic rate. So let's dive right into that and understand every little aspect of each of these pieces. So let's talk about that fat loss. Now, in order to lose any kind of weight and burn 1 pound, you have to actually be in a caloric deficit of 3,500 calories. Now, doesn't matter how you guys do that, if you do that through working out or through your nutrition, but you have to lose 3,500 calories in order to lose 1 pound of weight. So the reason why muscle mass is gonna help you with this is because for every pound of muscle that you gain, you will burn an extra 50 calories per day. Now, I know what that sounds like. It's not a lot. That's like adding pennies to a $3,000 bill. But here's what you gotta understand, that if we're adding muscle mass and we put on 10 pounds of muscles, again, ladies, don't be worried. muscle is smaller than fat. So you will actually shrink and get tighter with 10 pounds of muscle. If you put on 10 pounds of muscle, 10 times your 50 is now burning in excess 500 calories extra per day. For those of you guys who've gotten ahead of me, there are 7 days per week, which means that each week you're gonna go ahead and burn an extra 3,500 calories per week. So each week you can lose an extra pound just by adding 10 pounds of muscle mass to your body. Guess what that means? That means that you're gonna go ahead and increase your basal metabolic rate, or your BMR, and that's gonna mean that you can eat more food every single day and still look even better. That's how people like Michael Phelps and Lance Armstrong can actually burn up to 10,000 calories a day. It's not just because they work out for an extensive period of time, but it's also because the amount of lean muscle mass that they have. And so they're consuming food all day, and I guarantee if you look at their body, most of them aren't gonna look too bulky. They're gonna look lean, healthy, and really strong individuals. So, now that you know why lifting is gonna help you see those abs, the question is, are you lifting correctly in order to see the most change to your body so that you can actually see abs coming in through the fat? Well, the key is when you lift, you guys want to be working in the state of hypertrophy. Now, what hypertrophy means basically is building muscle. You'll probably talk to most trainers, and when they tell you that, if they talk about hypertrophy at all, they're going to tell you it's something along the lines of working in the rep range of 6 to 12 reps every set. But the thing is that that doesn't mean anything. That is just a basic guideline to kind of get you in a certain amount of time per set that you're working on. It's actually called time under tension, TUT. Now, that's more important than how many reps and how many sets that you are doing. What's the time under tension that you want to hit hypertrophy? You actually want to be between 40 and 70 seconds. Ha! That's about 30 seconds longer than I need. Sad truth is, most people when they're performing their sets are probably going to finish between 20 and 30 seconds, which is way too short. They're not going to elicit the muscle fibers enough to actually make that muscle growth. Now, I know what happens is when most people work out, they're trying to get through their reps that they're told, I have 10 reps to get through. And they're just gonna press them out as quickly as possible so that they can say that they did it. Or maybe they wanna grab a certain weight and then press them out as quickly as possible to say that they lifted so much weight. But the fact of the matter is that at the end of the day, you're not gonna see the most muscle growth from doing that. You need to slow your reps down. Usually an average tempo that you guys will see, 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down. Or you might have a pause anywhere in there. You might have 3 seconds down, pause at the bottom, then 2 seconds coming up. Whatever it is, make sure you guys are working at a slow, controlled tempo to make sure that your time under tension is between that 40 and 70 seconds per set. Now, that also means that you have to be working during that time. So keeping a consistent flow of movement makes a difference so that there's actually tension on the muscles. So if you ever pause, make sure that your pauses are at the contraction of the muscle and not during a lockout. If you lock out in a bench press, you're actually in a resting position, in which case you're not putting tension on the muscles. Whereas if you pause at the bottom of the bench press, that's when you're creating tension, you're activating the muscle fibers to get them to grow. Another way to challenge the tempo of your sets is to focus on a slow, eccentric phase of the movement. Now, what eccentric means is that the muscle's contracting while it's stretching. So, in that bench press, as I'm lowering it down, my triceps and my chest are stretching out and contracting. So focusing on your eccentric movement of the exercise and going slower on that will help elicit more muscle mass then focusing on pushing upward slowly in the concentric phase. The last tip to help you guys grow better muscle mass during your lift is to really challenge your form. Form is necessary for so many reasons aside from just safety of the movement, safety of your joints and your muscles and tendons so that they don't get injured, but also, like I said, to elicit bigger muscle mass. Now, in order to focus on that form, really challenge the depth of your squats and lunges, or keeping your core extra tight and your back flat in those deadlifts, in those back squats, in those rows. Things like that will actually increase muscle mass because you're tightening things and using them more efficiently throughout the exercise. It's gonna make them work harder. Now you know what that means. You're gonna have to go ahead and leave your ego right there at the door. Fellas, stop trying to outlift what you can actually lift. You need to muscle it down a little bit less and focus on your form and your tempo. A lot of you guys want to gain size, so you grab the biggest weight you can possibly hit for a couple of reps. But that's actually counterproductive towards your actual gain of muscle mass. The only reason why we lift heavy extra weight is to expand how strong we are. Because if we can grab heavier weights for the slower movements, then we're gonna gain more muscle mass. But we have to still work in that slow state of exercise. What's gonna happen is your heart rate is gonna shoot through the roof. And by shooting it through the roof and letting it spike, and then taking your rest breaks in between each set, letting it drop, that's what we call HIIT, which is high intensity interval training. Now that high intensity interval training is actually gonna be the most efficient way for you to not only burn calories during a workout, but also burn calories after your workout, because that's called EPOC, which is excess post-oxygen consumption, which means that you're burning calories after your workout. This is why your main focus in exercise and nutrition should be geared towards your weightlifting, especially as we get older. As individuals, our metabolism drops. So anything we can do to boost our metabolism up and make it stronger and faster will be a guaranteed way to success. With that EPOC, you will be burning through a lot of fat, especially in the midsection. That's what we call the visceral fat, and we need to really attack and target that visceral fat in order to see our abs. Thank you guys for watching that video. If you don't know, I will be starting an 8-week long summer shred program that will begin on April 10th. And because you guys watched today, if you sign up for this 8-week program, I will give you the hydrostatic weigh-in for free. You will get 2 testing for free. I will give that to you if you guys enroll in this 8-week program. If you don't want to enroll in the program and you just want to get your hydrostatic weigh-in, go ahead, check out the website for BeFit San Diego, and you guys can go ahead and enroll anyways just to get the weight, even if you don't want to work out with me. But if you choose to enroll in this program, you will get your body fat percentage and weight with the hydrostatic weigh-in for free. So just click on the link wherever it may be, either above or below, and enroll now. I'll talk to you guys soon.